Keep it quilted means you keep it the best.
This is my state, this is my team. You know what that means. This is for the black and blue that I bleed. This is for the chance to bring home that ring. But everybody gonna doubt this. So far there ain't been another way around it. We bring heat to the game each week. They just say we ain't got what it takes, we ain't bout it. Well, y'all can just keep saying that we ain't gonna make it. But at the end of the day, this will be the Panthers nation. You know, this ain't a game to us major players at every angle that you can think of. That's why you hate us. Get out the way of greatness. You can look at our faces and see the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to create this. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but you can save it. Cause even on the darkest of days, you know we're always gonna find a way to tell them what we gonna do. We gotta
All right. I just need to play something real quick. I need to play something real quick. Just for y'all. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up now. Y'all gonna love this. I'm back. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Show that love. Hit that like button. I'm back. Your boy is back. It is training camp. Day 1. Recap. Let's do this. Hey. Alright. Now, to open this thing up, I want to say, first of all, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. And don't forget to check out the Facebook group page for in-game comments, posts, polls, opinions, and reactions to NFL news, as well as scheduling for the channel, dates that I will be available for training camp, and fantasy football. It's officially open to the public. We got 4 spots, ladies and gentlemen. We got 4 spots to fill. I have not officially put the post up, but I will put the link up as well when I finish streaming tonight. I gotta be up there for training camp tomorrow morning. which means your boy's only going to get it like 5 or 6 hours sleep tonight. That's all right. That's all right. Hey, worth it. Worth it for my boys in the alternate blue, man. Worth it for my boys. We don't sleep around here. Because everybody's sleeping on us. Ain't that right? Come on. Man. Shoot. Let me show y'all something real special. Let me show y'all something real special. If you ain't seen it earlier, if you haven't seen it earlier, your boy Bozeman signed my helmet, man. Bradley Bozeman. Shout out to you, man. Much love to you and your family. Thank you so much for taking the time to sign this, bro. Like, I freaking love you for that. I freaking love you. Like, we love you around here, man. We love you. I had to take that extra special first moment, man, of this stream to let people know. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful piece in my collection right there. I've already got a signed Thomas Damon's helmet, and that's going to go right next to it. Yep, you've earned that spot, my friend. You've earned it. Alright, so. Let me kick this thing off. With the simple fact of, let's address fantasy football real quick, and then we'll jump into the content. All right. Fantasy football Yahoo Sports League. We need 4 spots to field. It is 1 quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end slot, 1 flex spot, which is a tight end, wide receiver, running back slot flex. You can choose any one of those 3 positions to fill that flex spot. For those that don't understand what that is, you got 1 whole defense, 1 whole defense, 1 whole team defense, 1 kicker spot. All right. And the rest is bench, which should be about 5 slots if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so registration is open to the public as of today. For those 4 spots, I've opened it up to 12 teams. If I don't get 4 teams by that point, I am shutting that down back down to 10. Alright? If I don't get it by that point, it's either gonna be 12 or it's gonna be 10. Which is it, folks? I ain't playing games with y'all, man, because I'm cutting off the registration at the end of training camp. So we not messing around no more. All right. For those that are registered to that fantasy football, I've already sent you a message on Facebook regarding that, explaining it, and what we're going to do. But for those that don't know, we're going to have a group chat for the people that are registered so that you will get to vote on when and where we are going to have the draft. Alright, so what day and what time? You know, you'll be able to flexibly put your date and time in there that you want, you know, into that group chat. And we'll all vote. And we'll see if we can all get on the same page. Alright? That being said, let's get into the content. Alright. Bryce Young. Let's start with the elephant in the room. This man is everything as advertised. Everything as advertised, man. I've seen it with my own eyes. And my own two eyes do not lie to you. They do not lie. When I say I seen it, I seen it. Alright? I'm vouching for this man right now. I'm vouching. When I say I saw a 2.6 or 2.7 release time, that's legit. So all these reports that they've been saying about Bryce Young having a quick release, they are correct. They are correct. Right out of day one. You saw it on video film. You saw it in the highlight films everywhere today. I know there's some people that are probably burnt out by the time they get to me. You know, as far as streaming is concerned. That's alright. That's alright. Y'all can watch this VOD whenever you want to. All I'm saying is, I vouch for the man. And if you're not getting on the Bryce Young train right now, you about to get left behind. That's real. That's real right there. This man just successfully rolled out on Thielen and beat Derrick Brown. I mean, I don't know what more you want. I don't know what more you want than that right there. Because that right there is straight money. What more do you need to convince you at this point? Like, I have seen him check every single box of the people he was throwing it to today. After that first and second series. Every single box. Like, every single box. Out route, flat route, you name it. This dude was hitting them all. And that's what we're looking for, man. That's the stuff we're looking for. And he was spreading the ball around to everybody. Everybody was getting a taste of it. Thielen, DJ Chark, LaVisca, they were all getting a taste of it, man. I was like, yeah. 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 This is real right here. This is real. I haven't seen that in a while in Carolina, man. How many of y'all were at training camp today? How many of y'all witnessed that in person? I've seen a few YouTubers putting up some videos. You know, I'm not going to call them out because I don't want them to get in trouble. You know, because they're not supposed to be filming that stuff. But, you know, you do what you do. You know, if y'all want the people up there to talk you out of it, then that's your choice. But you know, I ain't here to police you or nothing, man. But I'm just trying to follow the rules on my own, you know. I ain't trying to get kicked out of there. I got my own responsibilities up there, man. I got these notes. You know what I'm saying? I got these notes to take. So, plus that staff is doing a really excellent job, man. Excellent job. And like I said in earlier lives today, you know, I've been to quite a few concerts, and I've seen how they handle the traffic and stuff like that. the ushering people out of there, out of the events uh, areas and stuff like that, in and out. I have never seen a more efficient group than that group up at Wofford, man. I've never seen a more efficient group. And I've been shouting y'all out every live stream, man. Every live stream. Because y'all deserve it. That's not an easy job. I mean, it might look easy, but it isn't. So, y'all show them some love, alright? Alright, so. Now, I will say Bryce started out a little sloppy. He had a couple of hospital balls, But, I mean, that's normal for a rookie. That's normal for a rookie. You come in with the jitters. First or second, 9-on-9 drills. You're going to come in with some jitters. That's all right. Hey, I'm not holding that against you. I was like, okay, let's see what he does when he gets settled. Let's see what he does when he gets settled. Be patient. Be patient. This is not who Bryce is. I've seen him in Alabama. This is not who Bryce is. Let him get settled. He did not disappoint me at all. Quite the opposite, as a matter of fact. I mean, Bozeman looked good out there. The whole O-line looked good out there. They were pulling in the right directions. They were doing great. And I'm just real happy with this O-line right now. The fact that we have Brady Christensen in rotation once quarter. Because all Brady Christensen has to do is fix those holding penalties problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he solves that, he is good as golden. There ain't nobody getting past him. It ain't happening. He is just as strong as he was last year. I saw it with my own two eyes again. These eyes don't lie. When I vouch for a player, I vouch for him. I don't mess around. So, shout out to Icky as well. Doing a great job on the left side. Love you, man. Can't wait to have Chandler Zavala out there for you to work with again and build that chemistry again. Oh, that's going to be sweet. He's on the PUP list right now, though, along with a few others. That's all right, though. We can wait. We got some depth at that O-line right now. The only person I want to see upgraded is Michael Jordan, though. And that's not a slight against Michael Jordan right now. It's just I want to see him upgraded. He was not starter ready. Definitely not starter ready. And I think the coaches right now would agree with that. That's why he's sitting back there second or third string. And that's the only weakness I see on that O-line at the moment. That's the only one. And I got a solution for that. Andrew Norwell. Andrew Norwell. He's 31 years old right now. He ain't old. Trey Turner just got signed with the Saints. So don't tell me he's too old to get signed back here again. Don't use that excuse. You can't. It doesn't work. When Trey literally got... Is Deontay Brown the answer to this conundrum? That's the mystery I've got on my radar right now for this offense. Everything else is solved. Running back solved, wide receiver solved, quarterback solved. I'm not even worried about tight ends. Hayden Hurst will take care of himself. Ian Thomas will take care of himself. I ain't worried about none of y'all. I ain't worried about none of y'all. I'm definitely not worried about Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is ready. Now, I don't want you to get a big head, Miles. I don't want you to get a big head. But let me tell you something, man. That run I saw today, that was fire. That was fire. I need to see more of that. Show me more of that. This man's ready. He's ready to pop off, man. He is. I can see it. I can feel that energy all the way from the grass stands, man. All the way from the hill, dude. I could feel your energy, bro. You ready to bust, man. You ready to show these people what you can do. I can feel the chip on your shoulder, dog. I can feel it. How often do you hear me say that about a player? I felt that jump, man. I was like, man, shoot. I ain't even worried about this man right here. He gonna do just fine. That starting job right there. Chuba's a suitable number 2. I would argue. Top 3. Because when you put up darn near starter numbers for 3/4 of a year, when CMC goes down, and that's all we did was hand it to CMC for 75% of the snaps. Come on, man. You telling me this man ain't ready? He only had 1 fumble that year. 1 fumble. I don't want to hear from Chuba haters, man. I don't want to hear it. Because that man just proved you guys wrong again today. He hit that hole harder. He hit it faster. He was shifty. That's what you want. That's all you need. Alright, Cameron Peoples-Jones. I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about that one. Cameron Peoples-Jones, while we're talking about running backs. I would have liked to see him hit that hole a little faster. But again, it's first week of training camp. We don't have pads. So I'm going to let that statement linger a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let it linger. I think it's a little too early for that. Let's see him in pads, and then I'll throw that statement out there, or I'll retract it. Fair enough? Fair enough, Cameron? I feel like that's fair. And like I said, with the pads, Bryce's release time might shift back to a 2.7 to 2.8. That's what I'm thinking might happen. And that's not a bad thing, man. Because Trevor Lawrence is sitting there at the 2.8 when I clocked him. So that's not bad, man. You know? If you're sitting there with a 2.7, 2.8, you're doing pretty doggone well. You're doing better than most of the rookie quarterbacks out here right now. With that release time. But there was one play that Bryce made. And it was to a running back. While we're talking about running backs. It was I don't know what you call that play. It was a check down to a running back, and he was going laterally towards the sideline, right? About a yard or two past the line of scrimmage on this 9-on-9 drills. I'm telling you, Bryce had this ball out of that hand by the time that third foot hit that ground with the 3-step drop. It was lightning quick. I have never seen such ever in Carolina since Cam Newton. I have never seen that. If you blink, you miss it, bro. I'm telling you. And that, to me, impressed me more than that deep pass today to Adam Thielen. Because one, it showed me the man's got like lightning quick release time and accurate release time too. What's going on, Harvey? Shout out to you. But and I know this is gonna irk some people, but y'all know how I feel about that release time though. Y'all know how I feel about that. Matt Ryan had a 2.5 release time. Bryce Young today was sitting at a 2.6, 2.7. That's the closest I've seen in a long time to anybody matching Matt Ryan's release time. And when Matt Ryan had an offensive line, forget it. You're not getting that ball. You're not getting that ball swatted down. You're just not. That was back in 2016. Did you see how clean that jersey was in 2016? They couldn't touch him, man. They couldn't touch him. Yeah, Drew Brees clocked in at about a 2.7, 2.8 as well for me. I clocked him as well. And I'm glad you mentioned Drew Brees. Because, yeah, it was lightning quick, too. You know, you're not getting to either one of those guys, man. When they got a line, you're not getting to them. You're not getting a sack. You might get a pressure on them, you know, if either one of them have a bad offensive line. But you're not getting a sack. It's not happening. Matt Ryan is too smart for that. He will throw that thing into the stands before he'll get sacked. Every time. Every doggone time. You cannot get a sack against him. Look at his sack numbers in his career. Tell me I'm lying. I did not clock Cam's actually. I need to go back and clock him, man, because honestly, that's a good point, Harvey. That's a good point. I need to do that. I'm glad we finally found a pinpoint accurate quarterback who could read defenses. We never had a quarterback like that before. Facts, man. Facts. That's big facts. But yeah, it wasn't the Adam Thielen pass that caught my attention, though. It was this little check down pass to the running back. You know, you blink, you miss it. It's just like 1, 2, 3 step drop. Whoosh. You look up and you're like, holy crap. What quarterback have we had in the last 4 or 5 years that could do that? What quarterback? That was nuts, man. That was nuts. This man does everything as advertised. Everything. And then you had Andy Dalton coming out here. You had Andy Dalton coming out here after that deep pass saying, I could do the same thing you can. I'm still a pro. I'm still a veteran. Watch me. Zip right to a guy. I'm like, Andy is my dude. I've been watching this dude since Cincinnati, man. Ever since he came into the league. I love Andy Dalton. I love Andy. I would love to meet him. Guy's a fantastic human being, too. You know, and I'm so glad that it is still common in the NFL to find people that are just that talented and just that kind-hearted people, you know, at the same time. I'm so happy that that's still a thing. You know, that those outweigh all the toxic ones out there. So that's good, man. That's very good. Miles Sanders is ready, though. Miles Sanders. If you did not see that clip of him running and getting that big run, man, shoot. Y'all need to go find it, man. I need to go find it. Because he's going to annoy me all day. That's alright. Um, yeah, Miles Sanders is about to pop off this year. I can feel that energy. I can feel that energy from all the way up there in the stands, bro. That man's ready. Alright, so I missed a little bit of the drills coming in. I'm going to briefly talk about the defense before I start talking about the drills. The defense lined up in a 5-2-2. Alright, so for a 3-4 defense, you little. Alright. So for a 3-3-4 defense, you know, with a 9-on-9 drills, you know, it's a 5-2-2, which means 5 people up on the line, 2 linebackers, 2 defensive backs. All right. And I believe the last 2 were on the wide receivers, which were the corners. So it might have been an 11-on-11, to be honest. It might have been. Anyway, oh, you good? You good? Shout out to Fade now. Much love to him. But one thing we learned today was who oh, it's way lower. Alright. Did that fix it? Did that fix it? You good? Am I talking loud enough, bro? I appreciate you for letting me know. It might just be this mic, though. So the 11-on-11s, we found out who Matt Corral is today. And Matt Corral, first look, and you never want to fully go by just day one, you know, because day one without pads, you learn basics of a guy, but you don't learn who they really are. You know, they don't have an identity. You know, if you've never seen them before and you're trying to read them. So, to me, I see a man that can hit short passes without a problem. Medium passes are okay. Deep, you know. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying he's got some work to do. You know. I like what I'm seeing. He's got potential. But right now, I see a second string guy. You know. Just on first glance. I need to watch him for a few more days. I need to see what we're doing with without pads and with pads as well, before I can really get a full judge on who Matt Corral really is, identity-wise. If I see the same trends, you know, then I'm going to say, okay, this is who Matt Corral is, you know. He does this well, this well, this well, and this well. He does not, he needs to work on this, this, and this, and this, you know. So, we're going to see, man. We're going to see. Any backup quarterback can hit short passes. That doesn't impress me. What I need to see is those out routes. I need to see those tight slant routes. I need to see, you know, can you handle the go routes? And these are just the basic plays, for 11 on 11s that everybody runs in training camp. Everybody runs them. And this is before you start messing with some of those playbook plays, that Frank is going to start putting in. Probably next week, mid next week, once we get the pads on and everything installed, then, it's a progression. It's a progression. First week, you're trying to install the basics of these playbooks, on the field. You got your basic training drills. You got your basic stuff. And then you start moving up the ladder. All right? So then once these guys have this stuff figured out, okay, it's time to let's start working on footwork before you put on the pads. That's going to be Saturday. All right? Saturday is going to be technique, footwork, and, how quick are you, without those pads. Then, next week, we put on the pads on Monday. Then these guys are going to be expected to do the same things, but with pads. Okay? So then, Tuesday, you work on the technique. You work on the footwork. You check them on those. Okay? Did they check those boxes? Yes. 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 Okay. Cool. Now, that's when things start to get competitive. Right after Fan Day, that's when it starts to get competitive. That's when I want to really start paying attention and watch these guys. Because you're going to see some people fighting for some spots at that point. And that's why I don't like how this cut system is set up. To where it's like 90, 70, 53. I don't like that. How it shifts right to 70. That's not cool, man. Because how are you supposed to get a gauge on these guys when they're not even fully acclimated to their pads yet? By the time you have the second cut. I'm like, what? What kind of... I don't know. I've never been a fan of that. Plus, it makes these coaches have to make really tough decisions. Unless they put that on themselves, then that's their choice. But I don't see why you would want to limit yourself like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel. Anyway, so some of the drills that we saw today, if you guys were out there, you saw them. I missed some of them because I was trying to get in, because of the ticketing system. You had a line a mile long because of the tickets. And I think I did a pretty good job of explaining how I feel about that. But just in case for those people that missed it, because I was in the car when I was explaining that, I'm frustrated with the NFL right now, NFL corporate, for that matter. I did get my Back Together Saturday ticket, and I have an extra one. So, if anybody does not have a ticket for Saturday, let me know. Hit me up. I will transfer that ticket to you, so that you can go. Alright? Anybody that's looking for one, let me know. Alright? I'm already booked for the 5th. I'm already booked for the 9th and 10th as well. So, as well as the 29th. And this Thursday coming up here, this morning coming up. Because it's already past midnight over on the East Coast. So I'll be getting up early for that one. So anybody that needs that Saturday ticket, let me know, because it was previously sold out. I want to make sure that people get that thing, man. Y'all let me know. I'm saving it for the subscribers here. You know, nobody else gets it. Because I thought Blitz was going to come with me, but he wasn't. He booked for the 5th, so that's fine. That is perfectly cool. Alright, let's get into these drills. But real quick. The ticketing system screws over the merchants and the food stand people. So, ineffectually, you are screwing yourself over by doing the ticketing system. It's stupid. I can see if they're making a profit off of it, you know, from a corporate standpoint, because some small businesses are still trying to recover from COVID, you know. But if you're not making a profit off of it, why partner with Ticketmaster for the entire NFL, you know, just to screw people over? I mean, this is stupid. People have work days, you know. Why limit your crowd? Why do that when you don't need to if you got a free event? This makes no sense to me. Anyway. So the first drills I saw today. Basic run and catch drills for the DBs. You know. Going laterally. And then running back, you know, to catch the ball. That's good for situations where a quarterback might underthrow a pass and you got a shot at an interception, you know, about 5 yards short of where that ball is supposed to go. And your DB just happens to be in the right spot at the right time. Jackpot, you know. That's why they do that drill right there. That's an important one. You know, pay attention to the little things. You had the linebackers focusing on the speed and footwork, you know, with the footwork pads. So I mean, it's the same typical drills that you see basically every year, you know, with that stuff warming up. And I was watching the technique and the release and the footwork for the quarterbacks, you know, to the wide receivers warming up before they started doing the 9-on-9s and the 11-on-11s. I was very satisfied with that, particularly with Bryce. I will say this. I think it is a little too early to crown a quarterback. You know, number one. It's just first day of training camp. It's too early. You know, you need to really feel these guys out before you name one. All right? So, respectfully, if Frank says that right now Bryce is my number one quarterback, I'm on board with it. Context matters here. If he says Bryce is my number one, period, then it's too early, bro. It's too early. You got to feel these guys out. One day of training camp is not going to tell you who should be put where. Unless you already know what these guys could do. You already know it from top to bottom what these guys could do. Their strengths and weaknesses. And you're just like, man, I'm not even going to waste my time with this position. We already know these guys could do this stuff. We already know where we want these people. You know, I can understand that when it comes to Miles Sanders, Chuba, you know, 1 and 2. We already know what these guys can do. It's obvious the skill gap right there. It's obvious. All right, so put them 1 and 2. Cameron Peoples-Jones number 3. Cool with that. All right. And they were saying that there was an obvious skill difference between Bryce Young and Andy Dalton. And I don't question that. You know, I don't question that at all. It is true. Andy's being phased out, and we got a brand new, fresh quarterback coming in. Fair enough, man. I'm okay with that. But, at least give Andy a fair shot, man. Andy's been, wasn't he a Pro Bowler at one point? I think he was a Pro Bowler at one point for Cincinnati. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he did really, really well over there, in his prime. And I just want to see him get his fair shot, That's all I'm asking for. I don't deny that Bryce will probably win. Most likely he will win. But I just want a fair shot to be had, before we crown somebody. You don't do that on first date without pads. It's not a smart idea. Let these boys battle, man. Let these boys battle. Now, when it comes to Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard, I already know Chuba is not going to be developed enough to beat out Miles Sanders. Because Miles Sanders was in the Super Bowl, and the dude was an absolute monster. He was an animal. Chuba is a beast too, in his own way. But it's not close. Okay? Chuba can battle all the way through training camp, and he's not going to beat out Miles. He's not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. Plus, Miles has that hunger in him now. I mean, did you see it? Did you see it? Not only did you see it, did you feel it? That's the type of hunger that wins games, right there. That's the type of hunger I want to see throughout this entire roster, bro. As we're competing through camp. That's what I need to see. If every one of these men has that type of hunger, it makes that coach's job harder to choose. And that's a good thing. Let that hunger spread. Let it spread. That's a positive one. It's a positive one. Alright, so Andy's still showing he can throw short passes, Matt Corral showing he can throw short passes. Again, I'm not impressed by that. What I am happy with is the O-line opening up those lanes for the running backs. And I mean, they were good gaps too. Very good gaps. Okay, which tells me, we need to ramp it up on run defense. So how does the run defense respond? Well, we had 2 defensive tackles get into the backfield and stop a draw play before it ever started. For a loss of 2. And it might have been a funky handoff. It might have been something else going on there. I couldn't see from that distance. I would have liked to look at that one again, and see, did we have the defensive tackles just bull rushing up the middle, and finally finding a crease, to get through. Either way, man, I applaud those defensive tackles. Well done. That was shy total. And I forget the other defensive tackle that made it through. There was about 3 of them that made it through that line, actually, on that play. But that was later on in practice, though, when that happened. I have the numbers. Hold on. I have the specific numbers of those players that did that. 93, 94, and 25. So let's look on our training camp sheet here, which I got signed. And let's see who we got here. Who was that? Now that I got the time to look at it. Bravion Roy, 93. Henry Anderson, 94. And 25 was Xavier Woods. Well done to the three of you. Great push up the line. Very impressive. And up to that point, in the drills, nobody had really had that kind of success pushing past the offensive line. The O-line had definitely won, yes. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs were winning. In day one, understandably. I feel like we got more weaponry there than we ever had before, so I feel like the balance is shifted more offense heavy than defense right at the moment. And there's nothing wrong with that if you're a defensive player right now. Nothing wrong with that at all. It just means you got to work harder, You got to work harder, push those gaps a little harder, and balance it out. Balance the scales. So, and I'm not talking about Brian Burns. Brian Burns is ready. That dude, that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about everybody else. I barely saw Frankie Louvu out there today. And a few others that I was expecting to see do some work. And that's not a bad thing either. If you're a guy that I haven't seen much of in day one, I expect to see you in day two. But day one, I'm looking at other people as well. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means you got to stop being a ghost. You know what I'm saying? Show up. Do something impactful. At least once during that practice. Show me that you're there. Show me that you exist. And I saw Luvu back there for a play or two, over the middle type passes. I will say that. I saw a couple of guys making some plays over the top, on short passes. But for the deeper passes, it was more the secondary, And I got to call out one player. I got to do it. Y'all. In case y'all missed this preview, though, from earlier, when I was coming back from camp, I got to call him out. Stanley Thomas Oliver. Y'all know I got to do this, man. I don't like doing it, but I got to. He was on, I could have sworn it was Thielen. On that one play. And the pass was hidden towards the sideline on an out route. I think it was a flat route towards the sideline. Yeah, it was a flat route. Alright, so the ball was just a little bit over the wide receiver's hands. Towards the sideline. The right sideline. And Stanley Thomas Oliver is about a step behind the guy. Never touches the ball. And ball sails over the wide receiver's hands. And Stanley Thomas Oliver is just doing a little dance, acting like he got a pass deflection. Nah, bro, don't do that. Don't do that when you know you didn't do nothing. Man, stop acting a fool, man. Stop acting a fool, man. You didn't do nothing. And you know it. You did not touch that ball and you know it. I'm going to let you off the hook because it's day one, man. But don't let me see that again, man. Please. Please don't let me see that again. You already know how this is going to work. If I see some foolishness, I'm gonna call it out. You know that's who I am. That you know that's what I do. Some of these people won't do it, but I will. You know, you got to get serious, man. If you want to make this 53-man roster, everybody's already looking at you like you're shark bait already. All right? With that undrafted rookie corner coming in and like 4 other corners that we're working out right now, including one formerly from Duke that has like 5 interceptions and 5 pass deflections, back in his heyday in Duke, you know. I don't think I would be messing around and acting a fool, man, right now. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm just saying, it ain't healthy for you. Do what you want to do, bro, but I just don't feel like it's healthy for you at this point. If you want a roster spot, I'm trying to help you, dog. Like, don't put yourself in that corner, man. When you already put yourself in that corner with your talents on the field. Like, if I was head coach, man, I would have already replaced you by now. Real talk, though. I would have already improved upon that position. Because it would be either you or CJ battling it out for that 4th spot. And whichever doesn't win is getting traded. That's how I would have run things. Now, I don't mess around. I want the best 53-man roster we could possibly build. Nothing personal. It's just, it's just business, bro. We're in the business of winning. That's who we are as a franchise, man. And I love you as a person. I love your personality. I do. Don't get me wrong. I love your personality. I love you for who you are. But when it comes to winning, man, we got to think, can we do better? At that position. And we've had 7 opportunities to do so, including Marcus Peters recently, that just got signed somewhere. So I'm a little frustrated, you know what I'm saying? But I'm hoping this former Duke corner, I forget his name. God, I forget his name. I'm hoping he can stay healthy long enough to be that 3rd rotational piece. If he can, then like I said, it's going to be a battle between you and CJ, bro. It is. And at this point, you cannot afford to look like shark bait. You are a hair better than CJ at this point. A hair. That could change at any point during this training camp. If CJ decides to turn it on and beat you for that spot, don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised. I'm telling you, all it takes is CJ getting hungry, man, and improving himself. And breaking his glass ceiling. And then you're sitting there wondering, oh, what happened? When you just monkey dancing around. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Quit being lazy. Quit acting like you did something when you didn't. Because I'm going to tell you, when the chips come down and that cut comes down, that axe falls, you better not be caught dancing around and doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk. Acting like you did a whole bunch of stuff when you didn't do nothing. It's on tape, man. Y'all know they tape these practices, right? For their own players. So when you go into film study the next day, people are going to see that. They're going to say, they're either going to see that slow down and say, okay, he really did touch that ball and he's got the right to dance, or he didn't. You know, and I would just trying to I'm just trying to be that devil's advocate right now. I gotta be. I gotta be, bro. Somebody's gotta be. But like I said, man, I'm gonna let it go because it's first day of training camp, man. I ain't gonna say too much more. I'm just saying that as a warning for everybody. You know, be aware of your actions because these coaches are paying attention. I guarantee that. They don't like to see people horsing around unless they've actually done something successful, man. You know, if you put in the work, you have the right to horse around as much as you want. You know, ain't nobody going to stop you or tell you different. I'm definitely not. If I see you making like 4 or 5 plays, you know, in one training camp day and you just dancing around, I ain't going to say nothing, bro. I'm going to say you've earned the right to dance. Go for it. You know? You could do cartwheels across the field for all I care. You know? After you put in the work, man. That's what matters to me is you put in the work. So, let's see it though. This entire O-line's putting in the work. I know that much. Y'all put in some major work today. I'm proud of y'all. I got major props to y'all today. Everybody that came in. Even Deontay Brown stepped in and got the job done. You know, there was pressure, but y'all held it off. Y'all held it off, man. And that's a lot of pressure that was hitting y'all, too. That was a lot of heat coming at y'all from the kitchen, you know? And this O-line stood up and they handled it. I only saw 2 or 3 rollouts from Bryce Young today. Man. I just gotta say something, man. Shout out one more time to the Bozeman. Bozeman. Signing this beautiful helmet right here. Oh, man. And I got to thank this man for what he's done in Carolina. And I got to say, you know, I love your family. I love everything you're doing. You know, I'm such a huge fan, dude. Bruh. I got to see everything I wanted to say. And I just... What a moment. What a moment, man. That's absolutely beautiful. Hey, shout out to Kirk. Special shout out to Kirk, who gave me that blue marker, man. Who allowed me to be able to get that signed. He saved me, man. He was my Superman today. Hey, show Kirk some love, man. Hit that like button right now. Show that man some love. I want to see. Can we get a Captain Kirk in the chat right now for this dude right now? I love that. I had a nice little conversation with him. Great guy. You know. Yeah. Yeah, Bozeman signed it, man. I almost got Brian Burns to sign it. I almost got Derek Brown to sign that. Bruh. Can you imagine all 3 of them signing that in one day? That joke would give me cold chills, bro. I'm not even kidding you. If all three of them signed that helmet. Bozeman's earned the right to, though. And I got to tell him, how absolutely overjoyed I was when I heard he got extended. Like, it was just incredible. I'm telling you right now, I was sitting in the middle of Walmart when I got that notification, man. I about wanted to do cartwheels through Walmart. That's how happy I was. Man, that's a good feeling right there. That's a good feeling. I honestly believe that Bozeman's autograph is the crown jewel of the autographs that I could get this year. I feel it. I honestly do feel that way because he's gonna be here long after Brian Burns and all of them. I just know it. I know it. He's gonna be the next Ryan Khalil, and he's gonna be stuck here in Carolina, leading a bunch of men to the playoffs year after year. I feel it, bro. I shouldn't say stuck here. I should say belong here. Because he absolutely belongs here. His whole family belongs here in the Carolinas. You know what I mean? Like, this is home for him. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, man. And that's time. For some of these guys, they come into the NFL. They find a home in one city and they never stay there. But some of them, some select few, like my man Bozeman here, who originally took that risk to come to Carolina and bring his family here. And man, did it pay off for him. He came into one of the most loving fan bases, one of the most loving franchises, loving communities he could ever find. And he literally calls it home. And I don't see... I'm wearing his jersey right now. Wearing his jersey right now, y'all. Support for the Bows. That's love right there. That's love. Yeah, before. With like the whiskers being blue. And the eyebrows. That's really weird. Yeah. What happens when you order these things like off NFL sites and stuff. But yeah. I will quickly go over what I was talking about here. First of all, Bryce Young is the real deal. That's first thing. Clocked him at 2.6, 2.7 release time. The Adam Thielen pass was not the one that impressed me. There was a check down to a running back that if you were not paying attention and you blink, you're gonna miss it. By the time his third foot hit that ground, 3-step drop, by the time the third step hit that ground, it was like, zip. I was like, whoa. I was like, hold up. Did I just see that? Bruh. Yeah, man. I love Bryce Young at training camp so far. He was a little rusty on the first two drives, when we did either 9-on-9s or 11-on-11s. But I mean, that's rookie anxiety. You know what I mean? I attribute that to rookie anxiety. Because everybody had that problem when they first come into training camp, right? Come on. Find me a quarterback that gets drafted number 1 that doesn't have anxiety. And I'll show you a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning. Come on, man. Those are the only types that can do that. That don't have that type of anxiety. Even those guys had it when they first came into the league. Come on, man. That's why I was like, okay, let the man settle in. Let him settle in. He's got this. He's got this. He's in the driver's seat. He is driving his expensive BMW, down the road. He's got this. Let the man drive. Don't backseat him. Let him drive. Next drive out. Zip, 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 zip. Check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. Every single one of those spots that they were running basic plays on. He hit every one of those players in stride without missing a beat. The last quarterback I've seen do that was Cam Newton in Carolina. And that was pre-concussions. Do you think we're going to see Bryce Young start in preseason games? Yes. Frank Wright has already said he is going to name him number one quarterback, which I think is premature because you've only seen one training camp day. You can't just judge that by one training camp day. I would keep that competition open because keep in mind who he's got behind him. Andy Dalton is a proven veteran. Doesn't Andy Dalton have like a Pro Bowl over in Cincinnati before he came over here? Didn't he have one? Maybe two. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody look up those records, man. I want to know. All I'm saying is give Andy a fair shot. Matt Corral ain't going to pass either one of them. I just got that feeling right out of the gate. He ain't going to pass either one of them. See, I got my first real look at Matt Corral. I saw a short pass. I saw a medium pass was okay. And I saw the deep pass needed some work. It reminded me a little bit of Teddy Bridgewater. Passing wise. Not mobility wise, but passing wise. Accuracy. No, we haven't seen Matt Corral on the run yet. We haven't seen that yet. But what we have seen is his passing and his accuracy. So, what I'm thinking is, don't judge him on the first day. Give him some time before you build up an identity for him. Is this going to be another Teddy Bridgewater? Is this going to be another Baker Mayfield situation? You know what I mean? Where we know that they could do that. They have the potential to do that, but they're just not showing it, immediately in the first day. But now, the difference between those is the fact that we've got proper coaching now, and we did not under Matt Rule. So, here's my question I pose to everybody now. Knowing what Baker did in Cleveland before he came here, knowing what Teddy Bridgewater did before he came here, under the right coaching, would these guys have been successful backups for us? Under Bryce Young. I feel like Bryce is probably going to win that job. It's beginning to look like he will. Judging by the decision making he's making, he's showing us, with the accuracy of the passes, checking all the boxes, going down the field, and the sources tell us that he's learning plays from second year and third year playbooks. I don't know if I believe that or not, but I'll tell you this. This man looked like a seasoned veteran on those passes once he got comfortable. And that whole thing of pressure, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This man can handle pressure. Come on. That roll out to Thielen, that just proved it. He is just proving he can do that at the NFL level. With that play right there. And hit his man right in stride as he's going out of bounds. That's a pro play right there. Check and check. You know. He's got good zip on the ball. He's got good technique. He's got good footwork. Good release. Very good release, actually. Comparable to Matt Ryan, who was 2.5. You're never going to reach Matt Ryan level. You got Trevor Lawrence clocking in at 2.8 by my eyesight. I'll say that if any of these quarterbacks that have a quick release time have a decent line at all, you're not getting to them. You're not putting them onto the ground. But once a game, it's just not going to happen. I mean, look at Matt Ryan's jersey during 2016. Show me a game where that jersey got dirtier than just a few spots on it. Show me a game where you could truly say Matt Ryan actually got beat up during 2016. You can't. And that's exactly what's going to happen with Bryce. He's got a line. He's got depth. Let the man eat. Let him drive his car, man. Let him drive his Bentley. Or his BMW. Or whatever car you want to sub in here. Stop backseating the man and let him do his job. Because I know everybody's going to come up in here and be like, Bryce should be doing this, 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 and this. Nope. Let the man drive. Let the man drive his car. He just showed you he can overthrow Derek Brown's hands. And let me tell you something. Derek Brown's got some reach. You saw it in that video. Derek Brown's got some reach. Some massive reach. If he could pull that off. Hold up. I'm about to show y'all. For the people that didn't see this before. Let me see if I can get this up. I don't want the music on. Hold up. I don't want the music on. Alright. Watch this snap. It is clean. It is effective. That's Bozeman right there. 1, 2, 3. Zip. Look at that release time. 1, 2, 3. Zip. That is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 2 points. As I said. Y'all can clock it for yourselves. Look at that. Yeah, I'm going to stream about day 2 as well. Absolutely. Every day that there's a training camp, I'm going to do a stream. Now, if I'm actually physically there, yeah, you're going to see some live streams like to and from there too. So, it's not just going to be just one massive live stream, recap. I'm going to do live streams on the way up there and on the way back on the days that I go. Y'all have the schedule posted up there so you know when to expect those streams. You know what times to expect those streams. So, there you go. But you guys just looked at his release time for yourselves. What do you think? Let me know. What do you think? I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to think there. I'm here to tell you that's legit. Alright, here's another clip. Now, watch this. 1, 2, zip. Right down the field. Look at this accuracy, bro. One 1,000, 2 1,000, 3. Yeah, that's 3. That's 3. But you're throwing it deep downfield. You're throwing a 40-yard pass. So a 3 is fine. Gets that foot set. Doesn't have happy feet. Like a certain quarterback that we used to look at last year. This man is clean. The release is clean. The technique is clean. Look at that arm. Gorgeous, man. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to work with whatever footage I got, man, but I appreciate y'all. For whoever actually got me footage, or whoever got footage from today that probably wasn't supposed to have it, shout out to y'all. So, I mean, that's what you're looking at. Show the pass to Thielen? Sure. Sure. I'll run it back. You ready, dog? Here it is. Look at that. I wanted y'all to look at that one more time. Look at that release. This is his throw on the run. Over Derek Brown's hands. Now I'm going to pause it where he actually releases this ball. You know. Look at this. Did y'all see the reach on Derek Brown right there? Did y'all see that reach? Look at this man. He's about 2 feet up in the air. And still got it over his hands. I was like, God. Perfect. Right in the bread basket, man. I mean, what more do you want? Look at that release, dude. It's just so good. It's so clean. God, he reminds me of Cam back in the day. Doesn't he? He looks like a mixture of Cam Newton and Matt Ryan's release time. To me. That's what I'm seeing. Just day one. First look. I'm going to look at him again today. You know, day 2. I'm going to see exactly what I think. But, oh my God, that's gorgeous. That's money right there. Alright, so again, I want to emphasize Miles Sanders is ready. Miles Sanders is ready. I could feel that energy from where I was sitting up there, man. That dude popped off with a big run. And I think one of the other YouTubers got a video of that. I don't know who it was, but shout out to whoever it was. And I saw it, you know, before I went live. And I saw it in person too. Miles Sanders is a beast. You ain't lying, Black Poppy. You ain't lying, bro. I saw that in person. I was just like, what? I was like, there ain't no way. We just got that monster in our backfield. Oh my God. Like, are you kidding me? We got that talent in our backfield? Golly, man. Somebody told me that actually Sanders put up better numbers than CMC one year. Yeah. I found that hard to believe too. And then I looked it up and I was just like, sure enough, he actually did beat out CMC in yardage. I was like, no kidding. You just never know. Yeah, I mean, looking at what I saw today, I would believe it. I believe it now. But, before I saw him in action, in front of me, I just saw him on TV, I was like, maybe. But, yeah, I've been watching Sanders for years as well. Same here. I've been watching Andy Dalton for years too. So, I could feel it. He's just showing it to you. And that's what I like. When you got players that don't even say anything at all, and then they just pop off and show you what they can do. It's like, I mean, we know what we signed. What can I say? We know what we signed, bro. We signed an animal. Did I get a good eye on Jamie Robinson? Not really. I was on the D line that I was on the secondary today. But day 2, I'll definitely look out for Jamie Robinson for sure. That's gonna be the next one that I'm looking at. I'm not even worried about Miles. Yep, Miles is ready. Chuba's ready. There's certain players I've already determined that I feel like are ready to just pop off in this training camp. And you already know they're going to. So I'm not even looking at them anymore. I'm looking at the people that really need to be paid attention to. Such as Deontay Brown finally getting those reps. Shout out to Frank Wright for finally giving him the reps that I've been asking for. Thank you. Hats off to you. Appreciate that. That was my draft pick right there. That was my suggestion for you guys. And I'm so happy to see that happen, man. Thank you for giving him a fair shot. That really is an awesome thing. I love it. I want to see if he brings the dog. Yeah, I hear that, man. Talking about Jamie Robinson. The reason I ask is he was the one that was pissed off when he was drafted late. And said they 144 better than him. Yeah, man. Here's my thing. I don't blame him for being pissed off for being drafted that late. I had him in the 3rd round. I actually had him scripted for the 3rd round. Late 2nd round, early 3rd. I didn't see him as a 1st or early 2nd rounder. I saw him as a 3rd rounder. Because of his unique talents and what he can do, and because of where all the safeties were dropping off the board. So, if Miles were to see this, tell him that's me showing respect to him, you know what I mean? That's me showing love to him. Because that's where I had him. And if he feels slighted with that, that's fine. I'm sorry, but, I'm a realistic man, that's what we do here. I'm going to call it like I see it. I still need to see some snaps from him, though. I need to see who he is. So if he shows up on the field in day 2, I'm going to look at him. But again, I don't want to put an identity on players until I see more of them. I don't just judge by one day. I never do that. So if any players that came in think that, oh, this is your identity, no, it's not. Unless you've already carried that identity into Carolina, such as Miles Sanders. We already know that man's a dog. We already know that. So, we already know who Andy Dalton is. We already know who some of these players are. So, I'm looking at the people that I haven't seen before. Those are the ones that I want to get a gauge on, and some of the vets too. I want to see. I want to see if they still got what they had before. You know, and I can judge that in a couple of days. And I can say, okay, if you're showing me the same patterns, I believe it. I believe that that's the same you. You know what I mean? If you give me reason to doubt that, then okay, we'll take another look at you. You know, Prove me wrong. So, but right now, everybody is who they say they are. You know, you know, nobody's wearing a mask out here, man. Nobody. Nobody. We see who you are when you come into training camp. Everything about you is opened up when you start doing these drills. Yes, I did see Hayden Hurst. I liked him. And another good trait about Bryce is he spread the ball around on day one. That's a really good thing. That gets everybody involved. That gets chemistry started with all these wide receivers. I saw LaVisca get hit about 3 times today, which makes me happy. Because the coach said that they had big plans for him. So let's talk about that O-line for a second. That O-line with the only weakness of Michael Jordan. I'm still saying Andrew Norwell should be the replacement for Michael Jordan to upgrade there. Not that there's anything wrong with Michael Jordan as a person. I love the guy. Sorry if you hear me start repeating stuff, but I'm doing it for Lock Poppy's sake because he just came in here. So, he's my mod, so I got to show him some love. Y'all just bear through it, alright? If you've heard it before, alright? Or if you're watching this on VOD, just skip right through it, okay? Because you're going to hear some extra stuff that you've already heard before. The O-line looked really good at opening up lanes for the running backs. I was really happy with that. Deontay Brown looked good out there. I didn't have a problem with him. When you got Brady Christensen rotating around, in a musical chair function, once Corbett comes back, we're in a really good situation right here. Because not only that, you got Cade Mays rotating around as well. And Cade Mays can play a couple of these positions too. So, yeah, I don't support, introducing a whole new position on the offensive line, once you get to the NFL level. I don't approve of that, but, go with the ones that they've already played in, and after a couple of years, if you want to try to introduce it at that point, that's fine. Don't do it as a rookie, though. Don't do it when they're raw. That's not the right time to do that. Alright, so I think the only pass that was picked off today was thrown by Andy Dalton. And it was an out route. to the left side. Other than that, happy with it. Demir Bird obviously showing that he can get yards after the contact and yards after the catch. Still pick it up right where you left off. I'm very happy with that. I think Bird is an excellent choice, to bring in as a slot guy. I think we did a great job with that. I mean, everybody's got their responsibilities in that wide receiver core. So, Black Poppy says, I'm sorry, guys. Law, I was late and interested in what happened. You're good. I end up repeating myself a lot during these streams anyway. You know this better than anybody. Come on, man. But I got the Bozeman jersey on, obviously. Showing that Bozeman love. I already called out Stanley Thomas Oliver, man. I'll do it one more time for Lock Poppy's sake. Stanley Thomas Oliver. It was a pass to Thielen to the outside. It was a slant. It was a over the top route. That was heading towards the right side of the sideline. Stanley Thomas Oliver is about a step behind Thielen. I think it was Thielen. I could be wrong, but I think it was Thielen. And the ball was just slightly over Thielen's hands, hitting towards the right side of the sideline, over the top. Stanley Thomas Oliver never touched that ball. I was watching very carefully. He never touched that ball. And then he started dancing around like he got a pass deflection. When you're already looked at as shark meat right now, that's not good. That's not good. Don't do that to yourself. Don't act like you did something that you didn't do. There's your repeated warning, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a player, there's your repeated warning. And I'm only giving 2 of them. Alright? Don't do that to yourself. Alright? If you did something, congratulate yourself. That's fine. You've earned it. But if you didn't do anything, why are you celebrating? Why are you acting a fool? We got all these corners that we're looking at right now that are primed and ready to take your job, Stanley. I'm telling you right now, you're not locked into any 3rd or 4th spot right now. You're not guaranteed that spot. Eyes peeled, man. We got that corner from Duke coming in. They got 5 interceptions and like 15 pass deflections coming up in here. And we also got that undrafted corner as well that's on the radar. So if either one of those guys gets signed and they do well and they compete for that job, you better be on your toes, Stanley. I'm telling you right now, you and CJ both. Neither one of y'all is safe right now. Neither one of y'all is safe. We should bring back Norman. I agree. 100% agree with that. We had a shot at Bradbury as well earlier on. And that's what frustrated me. We had Hodges Tomlinson sitting on the board, on the draft board. We missed that one. Marcus Peters was out there. We missed that one too. I mean, are we really reduced to Eli Apple or Chris Harris Jr.? Come on, man. Don't do this. Don't do this to yourselves. When somehow we have $20 million after the Bryce Young deal. $20 million. which means we're only paying that man $6 million this year. Don't do this to yourselves, Panthers. Don't do this again. Y'all already have one Achilles heel back in 2015. Don't do this to yourselves again. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to warn you right now. Don't do this to yourselves. It's not going to end well. And I don't want to hear all the excuses from our management when Stanley Thomas Oliver and CJ give up a bunch of yardage and points on the board. I don't want to hear it. There is no excuse you can give me that would excuse that. Give me for just 1 second. Finally got his ass. I've been trying to kill that mosquito for a while. Excuse me. But yeah, don't do that to yourselves, man. You're better than this. And excuse my language too. I didn't mean to say the A word. Because I know we got families present, so forgive me. Norman could be a mentor to these young corners too. Yeah, he could. Absolutely. All of these guys could. There are veterans out there. The problem is, here's my question with Chris Harris Jr. Did we avoid a bidding war? Did we avoid the how much are we going to pay price tag, game with Chris Harris Jr. and a couple of these others? Same with Eli Apple, because once Eli Apple tasted that success, and who was it that Matt Rule said was never going to accomplish anything and never going to go anywhere? Wrong. Man, the amount of times that Matt Rule has been proven wrong in the last 5 years. Man, please. The amount of times. I would say go after Eli Apple. The problem is that man's going to want a paycheck this time. And we can't afford to pay him like gobs and gobs of money right now. If we try to go after Andrew Norwell and a corner, that's going to cost money. So I'm saying, like, right now, I think Norwell would take a paycheck to come back here. So would Josh Norman. Eli Apple may not, though, because of the fact that of how Matt Rule did him. You know what I mean? And that man's going to want some money. That's why I'm saying I would like to have him back, but when it comes to money, if he starts asking for too much, nah, that's a no, dog. That's a no. Now, Norman's a different story. When it comes to Josh Norman, pay the man. Even if we got to get a lower grade offensive guard than Andrew Norwell with the last bit of that money, sucking us down to 15 mil or down to 12 mil, I'm down for it. Pay the man. Norman is worth it. Josh Norman is worth it. He doesn't have that agent anymore. That screwed him the first time when he couldn't resign here. So, and that's part of the reason we resigned him back under Steve Wilkes. Because of the fact that we knew what we were getting. We barely used him, which was disappointing. But, when we did use him, man, that dude just showed us every bit of the skill that he had back in the day. If you don't believe he can do that for 4 whole quarters for you as a third corner sub in, come on, man. Call the man. Ask him how much he wants. I mean, what kind of game are we playing here with this third corner spot? What kind of game are we playing? One we can't afford to play. You say that Jamie Robinson is going to be that third corner. Okay. Here's the problem with that. Jamie Robinson has not been converted to corner before. That man has not played corner in ages. And you're going to try to convert him back to corner, at the NFL level? What are you doing? Like, stop playing games with the corner position, man. Evero, what are you doing? When that 53-man roster gets set, I don't want to see any more games. I don't want to see no more games being played with that position. It needs to get settled. It needs to be solid as a rock going into that season, man. Defensive end, we can wait on. I'm not in a hurry for that. Linebacker depth, we can wait on. Even Michael Jordan, I'm willing to put up with for a year. As long as we get that corner spot filled. That's what we need to spend that $20 million on. And cut that down, to whatever's left over to pay for rookie contracts, re-signings, whatever we need to do for next year. That's good. One of these corners has to pan out that we're working out right now. One of them has to. But we're trying to nickel and dime it when we should be going after a solid number 3 corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of the few times you don't nickel and dime it. And with all due respect to Scott Fitterer, this is one of the few times you don't do that. Because if you go into your regular season with just two solid corners that have injury histories already, that's playing with major fire. That's playing with... Guys, if you're counting on both of these guys to stay healthy throughout an entire 18-week season and playoffs, because we're taking this division back, right? We're taking it back. It's happening. We're taking it back. There's nobody that can stop us. Nobody. Calvin Ridley's gone. He's with the Jags now. Matt Ryan's gone. Drew Brees is gone. All these weapons in the South are gone. All these coaches are gone. The only person you got to worry about is Gruden. And look at his record in Tampa Bay. That's all you need to know. That's all anybody needs to know right there. South is ours. Let's go take it. It's time. Let's go take back what's ours. What's rightfully ours. What should have been ours for years. That crown's coming back to Charlotte, baby. It's coming back. It's coming back. Whether we got that third corner or not, it's coming back. Now, what we need that third corner for is games like Miami, and a few others, man. We got a few others. Let's look at that schedule real quick. Let's look at it. Because I need y'all to see something. We're going to come out of the gate 2-0. That's going to happen. I'm going to that Saints game. I'm going to be there for that. First home game of the year. I'm going to be there for that. Alright, so. What we need that third corner for is games like Seattle, Minnesota, Detroit, Miami, Dallas, because they've loaded up at wide receiver now. You know, we're going to need it against Green Bay because they've still got some wide receiver weapons. We're definitely going to need it against Jacksonville. That's 5 teams, guys. 5 or 6 teams outside of our own division. We've got to seal this up. I don't want to hear the excuses when we get burnt time after time after time with CJ and Keith. I don't want to hear them. Don't bring me those excuses, management. Just don't. Fix the problem. Quit nickel and diming it and solve the problem. With all due respect, guys. You know, because I love y'all. I love what y'all built. But this is not a nickel and dime time to, you know, with that corner spot. Stanley, you're safe for now. But I'm telling you, if we bring in a potential candidate that can easily beat you out, ooh-wee. Those little fake dances that you make, they'll have you sitting on that free agent couch in about 0.5 seconds. By the end of these cuts. I'm just warning y'all right now. Don't do that. And you know you had no business celebrating that either. You had no business. Come on, man. I love you, dude, but you had no business celebrating that. Alright, if our offense clicks and we can finally score 30 points a game, we'll be in every game. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Credit to that O-line right there. Starting with Bradley Bozeman, who I'm wearing the jersey of, who I got the autograph of. Yes, sir. Starting with him. That's where it starts. Bet. If that offense clicks and we score 30, we're in it. Yep. We're in it to win it. J.B. Robinson and Rashawn Wright are the answers for that problem. I don't know about that. Jamie is arguable. That's arguable. Rashawn Wright, I don't know. I don't know him from Adam on that secondary right now. I need to learn who he is. You know, I need to see him in person before I can make that judgment. Like I said, man, I don't judge by just one training camp day. That's not your whole identity. I need to see more. I need to see trends. And if I see the same stuff 2, 3, 4 days in a row, then yeah, that's your identity. That's who you are. Oh, I know Jamie's hungry. I know Jamie's hungry. There ain't no question about that. That's why I said that's arguable. In the right way. You know? I'm arguing for you. You know what I'm saying? The problem with this is he's never been put into a corner spot before. You know, he's played safety all his life. He hasn't played corner. And now you're trying to put him in a corner spot at the NFL level as a rookie. I don't know about this. You know, this is some of this Ajaro logic, man. I don't know. Alright, tell me about Wright then. Tell me who Rashawn Wright is then. Since you seem to know more than me about him. Okay. He's hungry. He's a dog. Okay. I'll look at him. I'll judge for myself. I want to see this dude with my own eyes. I want to see what we're dealing with. He played at Last Chance U. Okay. I didn't see Last Chance U. I didn't see that. So, I didn't get a good look at him yet. His 2 brothers are in the league. Okay. Alright, I vouch for that. I'll vouch for that. I've seen that the two brothers are in the league. Yeah, that's true. You know, Rashad's got to prove to me who he is. You know, he's got to show me who he is. You know, just as much as he needs to show the team who he is. You know, in order for me to buy into him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a, I'm a fan, and I'm not saying that I've got any real influence. But what I'm saying is, like, for me, from my perspective, I need to see who you are before I buy into you. And I think that's a fair statement. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has to make that judgment call with their own eyes and their own judgment. Um, and JC said that he could really ball. Yeah, I know that. I know that. If you're talking about the video series that they put out, you know, in the offseason, yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I've seen all the video clips of like him talking and all that stuff. Yeah, I need to see him in a Panthers uniform though. Show me what you could do in a Panthers uniform in training camp though. That's my thing. Like, I need to see who you are. Create an identity for yourself as a Panther. I know who you were as a Florida State Seminole. I need to see you as a Carolina Panther before I make a judgment call. If you keep showing those same traits that you had in Florida State after 2 or 3 days of training camp, yeah, I'm going to buy in. I'm absolutely going to buy in. I believe the hype. I believe it. I'm not saying I don't. But I need to make that judgment call myself. You know, with all due respect. Because that's just how I do things. You know? He will if they give him a chance. I'm looking for him to make some plays in the first preseason game. I'm excited. I say bet. Let's do it. Let's see him make those plays. He makes those plays. I give him all the credit in the world. Come on. Show me. Show me you got those talents at the NFL level. I want to see it. If I see it, I'll believe it. You know? Seeing is believing. Because D-Jack and JC are not going to play more than a series at most. In preseason, yeah. Yeah. I'll agree with that. I thought you meant like going into regular season. I was like, rotational wise, with all the injuries going on. That's what I thought you meant for a second there. Nah, you meant preseason. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But like I said, man, this third cornerback position is not something to play with, man. It's not. We're trying to nickel and dime it when we should be going for Josh Norman or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Lock that thing up. We had Hodges Thomas sitting right there in the draft, and we didn't go for him. We had Marcus Peters sitting on the free agent list, and we didn't go for him. That's $6 million, y'all. We still got $20 million left. What are we doing? We playing Chinese checkers when we should be playing chess? I don't understand this. We loaded up the entire rest of our roster. This is the Jaro. This ain't Scott Fitter. This is a Jaro playing around with this. I just hope he knows what he's doing. I'm putting a lot of faith in this. Oh, yeah, I believe it. CJ and Keith Taylor are on a very short leash. Oh, yeah. Very short leash. So when you come out there dancing around like you did something and you didn't do nothing, oh boy. That's not going to look good in the film room, bro. Just trying to tell you. It's not. That's on day one. I think they're saving that 20 mil so they can go all in next year. Yeah. Plus, we got to get the Brian Burns extension done too. So I respect that. I just want to see one more corner set up, you know, and then I'll be satisfied. Defensive end we can wait that one out. Linebacker we can wait that one out. Um, Even Michael Jordan, I'm willing to put up with for 1 year. You know, as long as we can find a replacement for him next year, I'm down for that. We could draft his replacement. I'm down for that. Rookie contract will be much cheaper than anything we'll have to pay now. That's fine. If you don't want to go for Andrew Norwell right now, that's fine. That is your call. I recommend Andrew Norwell right now because I think we can make a really solid playoff push this year with 10 wins. That's why I say that might be a good idea to invest. And we can go back and re-sign him later because we got like 53 mil for next year and no dead cap. So, I mean, half of that's going to Burns. Let's be real. Half of that's automatically going to Burns. Now, the other half, you got rookie contracts, you got free agency, you got 10 mil that you want to dedicate to players that you want to sign for cheap just because of injuries and depth replacement reasons, Okay, so that leaves whatever's left is re-signing money, whoever's left on that list, right? For next year. This next coming off season. If they can sign Norwell and Norman, I would be good with that. I would give Clowney a shot as well. The problem with Clowney is he's going to ask for a bunch of money. And I'm good with Norman. Let me say this. I'm good with Norman because I don't think he's going to ask for the moon here. He'll take a pay cut to join us again. Norman, yeah, I'm down with that. Chris Harris Jr. is going to ask for a bag as well. I say leave that one alone too. I mean, you're down to this point. Marcus Peters may or may not have asked for a bag, had we tried to go for him. But this problem could have been solved if you'd have drafted Hodges Tomlinson. And gotten Jamie Robinson a round earlier. If you really feel like Jamie Robinson is your corner solution, and you get Hodges Tomlinson, there you go. You don't have to deal with Stanley Thomas Oliver or CJ anymore. You could package those two up and get a pick. Keep it moving, bro. Keep it moving. Let me show y'all something. Real quick. Look at this. Trevon Diggs. 5 years, $97 million. Look at this garbage. That's what I'm worried about right there. These people start asking for more and more money, man. DeAndre Hopkins, 2 years, $26 million, $13 a year. See, that's why I told y'all we shouldn't be going for DeAndre Hopkins. It's too much money. I told y'all right out of the gate, man. Alright, so watch what happens after Bryce Young gets that contract of 4 years. He's trying to get that fully guaranteed money, right? Alright, so once that happens, it starts a chain reaction, which leads to Anthony Richardson and CJ Stroud getting their contracts. So once they see, oh, we're giving them guaranteed money, the other teams say, yeah, we'll give you guaranteed money. Boom, signed. Boom, signed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about right there. And that's what took so long with that. But getting back to my original point, let me look at I'm gonna come back to the free agency list because I got something to show y'all on that too. I got something to show y'all on that. Alright, so let's look at CJ Henderson first. Look at all that money that we get back. Look at all that money. $3.4 million if we move him before that date. Look at that money. That's a lot of money right there. Alright. So let's look at Keith Taylor. Where's Keith Taylor at? Here's Stanley Thomas Oliver. I forgot about him too. He's getting $1 million too. Here's Keith Taylor. He's getting $1 million. I mean, really, is it that much of a big deal to let go of $1 million? You know, come on. That's what I'm saying right now. Package those two up once you found your two corners. And you're good. You know? You ain't gonna worry about it no more. Alright, so real quick, free agency. Free agency tracker. Corners. Alright, so let's look at who's still here. Troy Hill, Anthony Everett, Eli Apple, here you go. $3.5 million. 3.5. That's his current average per year. Current average per year. We can afford that. Come on. Plus the fact, there's Trevon Diggs, $19.4 million. Okay, 19.4. You didn't expect that to be cheap. Come on. Yeah, Trevon Diggs is gone. There's TJ Carey. TJ Carey to me is an emergency backup corner. I mean, to me, he's on the scale of Stanley Thomas Oliver and Keith Taylor. Not impressed, you know. There's Devontae Harris. Devontae Harris might ask for a bit of chunk change, considering he just came out of Tennessee. There's Tay Hayes. Remember Tay Hayes? Under $1 million, right? Justin Lane. We just got rid of Justin Lane. Alright, so you got Did they sign Chris Harris? Nope, Chris Harris Jr. There he is. 1.1. See, we don't know how much that's gonna be. That'll be a bidding war for him. That's a problem. Y'all see what I'm talking about, man? When you wait too late, that's what you deal with. And we waited too long. There's Marcus Peters that just went to the Raiders. You know. That contract number hasn't come in yet, but I guarantee it's a big number. Man, my point is, man, Apple hasn't recovered from the burning he sustained from the last time he was here. Well, did you not see what this man did in the Super Bowl? Or were you living under a football rock for the last 2 years? Let us not forget that it was Matt Rule who said this, okay? He's not going to be able to go anywhere or do anything after he leaves here. He's not going to be worth anything. Man, what a joke. What a joke. What an absolute joke. Yeah, he was burnt that bad because he wasn't coached up. What's the difference between here and Cincinnati? Cincinnati had coaches, proper coaches. And guess what he did in the Super Bowl? Let me go find these numbers for you. Let me go find these numbers. Not Eli Manning. I need Eli Apples. Career stats. He had 3 solo tackles, 2 assists in that game. 3 solo tackles and 2 assists. That's what happens when you're trained properly. And he was not burnt. You don't make it to the Super Bowl if you're trash. Alright? You just don't. You don't make it there if you don't have the skill. Super Bowl or no Super Bowl means nothing to me. Since he still lost. Yeah, but they got there. Yeah, but they got there. Okay, so by that logic, nobody that we had during 2015 was worth anything then. If you're using that logic. We using that logic right now? Because that means that 15-1 record is trash. It means nothing. Those playoff wins we got over Arizona means nothing, right? If you don't win the big one. It don't matter if he had any pick sixes or not. He had 3 tackles and an assist. He ain't got to have an interception. Who's going to get a... Man, stop that. Stop that. That's cap and you know it, bro. That's cap and you know it. Who's going to randomly have a pick 6 in the Super Bowl? That's pure luck and knowledge of where the quarterback is going to throw it. How are you going to judge Matthew Stafford's eyes, man, like that? Nobody's been able to figure him out that year. Nobody. Did anybody else have a pick 6 on Stafford in that Super Bowl? Or in that playoff ring? Did anybody else have a pick 6 on Stafford? Tell me. No, because you don't know, do you? I got you stumped. With all due respect, man, I got you stumped. I can't tell who the third corners were in the Super Bowl. There are so many corners that have had pick 6s in the biggest games. Okay, so what? He didn't get one. So what? Josh Norman didn't get one when we were in the Super Bowl. Bradbury didn't get one. So what? Does that make them automatically trash? Come on, man. That's cap. Yeah, exactly. You don't know about Stafford. Exactly. Because Stafford, I don't see very many people that figured him out in that year. Okay, you didn't watch it. You didn't watch it, yet you gonna try to tell me and ask me how many pick sixes Eli Apple had in the Super Bowl. You had better things to do. This guy right here. This guy right here. Oh my god. I love you, Harvey. I do. I love you to death, bro. But you capping hard on this one, bro. I caught you right now, man. I caught you on that one. I'm sorry I caught you. The Panthers weren't playing, so I didn't watch it. I watch everybody, man. I watch everybody. Jeffrey says, "Brother, man, I just get frustrated at Cole. We've been to Super Bowls of Carolina Panthers against the Denver Broncos, Super Bowl 50, and we all know that they can let football go backwards. And Von Miller, let me see. Whoa, that's a paragraph. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can show this on. Hold tight, brother. Hold tight. You know how this works. Sometimes this stuff will where's my live stream on? Where's my live stream? Alright. You gotta chill. I'm trying to read all these. But Facebook, like, it fades out these messages before I can read them all. You know, I'll never get them back until I rewatch the VOD. So give me a second, bro. Give me a second. Von Miller sacked him and got on the football and scored the touchdown in 2015, wrestling Cam Newton, letting the same. And then we went to the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots, the Carolina Panthers, and it went there. Neither is like my dreams went down in the drain and they were all gone. I would love to see the Carolina Panthers win 2023. Sorry, this chat is being a pain in the rear. I may not be able to read all this, bro. I feel like I'm trying to read it. It's being difficult. Come on, man. Okay. Bryce Young dominated the Super Bowl like it ain't nothing and made Tom Brady look like screws. Right? That's what the win so many Marty trophies into our stadium is completely full and flooded out on. And I feel like David Tepper needs to step up and have us a Carolina Panthers fan. Okay. Belongs to a diehard Panthers fan. I believe in the black and blue, white and gray. 100%. I stand my ground with the Carolina Panthers. I'm at David Tepper. Got to get us a stadium that people can lay eyes on. And it would be bad to have to the bone to have big tailgate parties and stuff like that and have a practice stadium dome built in Charlotte, North Carolina, right behind the Super Bowl long stadium. All right. That was a paragraph. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Man, he's really got a lot to say here. I'm gonna try to get through all this here. That's a lot. As far as the practice stadium dome, we already knew that was shut down up in York County, so that's gone. It was half finished. York County tried to pay him in stocks and bonds. I mean, if somebody from York County wants to represent, your county, and tell your side of the story, please do. I welcome y'all in here, you know, because I want to hear your side of this. You know, if you really believe Tepper is in the wrong, you know, but honestly, I'm not feeling it, bro. I think our stadium looks good, man. I think we have a stadium worthy of looking at. Whether it's a Super Bowl stadium, though, that's a different matter because you have to have certain requirements to be a Super Bowl stadium. You have to have like certain hotels, stuff like that. Yada yada yada. Um, Harvey, I'll get back to you in a second with your comments. Um, but yeah, you have to be able to host like half those crowds are just celebrities, you know. So you have to pay for their seats and everything else, you know. So there's so much going on there, hotels wise and everything else. There's certain things that you have to be able to accommodate. Now we can host a draft party, you know, an NFL draft up there. We're already in talks with these people about it. So, if Clown Rule was in charge, we would have never had those conversations. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee that right now. I don't even have to guess. That's not happening. I feel like this is our year to win the Super Bowl. The Carolina Panthers 2023 is really growing up to light up. No, I don't think it was the cabinet fault, man. I think our front office is trying to try hard for the Carolina Panthers. No, I stand my ground with him 100%. I'm going to die hard. Yeah. I mean, that was 100% on York County right now. As far as we know. Like, prove me wrong. Somebody come in and tell your side of the story. I'll be willing to listen. So will all of us. You know, we encourage all people's opinions here, so please do. If you feel like you've been run over by Tepper, you know, I want you to make sure you get your fair say. You know, because we want the best for this franchise. You know what I mean? And that involves listening to some hard conversations and having some hard debates. You know, that we don't want to have. You know, in order to get there. And yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be challenging. But sometimes you got to get through those conversations to get where you want to go and find solutions. And that's what I feel like a lot of us are willing to do here. You know, we're willing to have those tough conversations. We're willing to ask those tough questions, you know, to get where we want to go. And I'm very proud of this community for being willing to listen and hear everybody's opinions and being willing to ask those tough questions when needed. You know, you guys are real about that, and I love it. And I want to thank you for that. The Panthers weren't playing, so I didn't watch it. I watched the commercials and drank liquor. Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting back to you. Okay. How are you gonna ask whether he got a pick six in the Super Bowl when you didn't even watch the Super Bowl, bro? You didn't even care enough to watch it. Yet there were 2 or 3 former Panthers on that list. You know, in that Super Bowl. I watch every Super Bowl regardless. I want to see what the heck happens. I react to it. I literally put a live stream reaction out here for you guys. Every Super Bowl. I don't have to do it, but I want to. Okay. Then why are you going to try to throw my man Eli Apple under the bus when you didn't even watch it, bro? Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. So as a whole, 273 tackles for a loss. No sacks. Given that he's a DB. Okay, 3 forced fumbles and 5 picks. We had him mismanaged during 2020. Who was the head coach? Who was the defensive coordinator? Phil Snow, right? Mismanaged. What's our history in Carolina? Mismanagement of players. How many players turned out excellent after they left Carolina and turned out to be Pro Bowlers? Hassan Reddick, Eli Apple, the list goes on. Come on. And that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. DJ Moore's about to become the next one. It's another one. Come on, man. We're so close to football season. Couldn't be more excited. And I'm tired of seeing offense that are tired. They're playing better than ours is. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that one right there. That's a real statement right there. That's a real statement. That I agree with, Vietnam. Brother, man, I've been wanting a Carolina Panther helmet so bad, black and blue, extra large. We keep pounding it on the shield of the helmet, and I ain't got one. And I'm hoping somebody out there that could help me get one. Nobody wanted. She would be like black and blue Jeffrey Stamper. Man, I love you, man, but I ain't got that kind of money to help you out, bro. I gotta use my money that I'm making to pay bills, bro. But if anybody wants to donate, I tell you what. Where do you live at? Like, what country do you live in? U.S., right? If you're from the U.S., which state? Because there's going to be mailing fees. You know what I mean? If we somehow manage to pull this off for you. You know, it's a lot, man. It's a lot for me to try to get that to happen for you. I'd have to pull some strings. But, and I mean, honestly, we don't do money here on this stream. Like, I've never, like, once set up a way for people to donate. You know, unless they really want to. I've had one person request to do that. So, my thought is you're probably not going to get it from here, brother. But I wish you luck on your hunt for one. You're going to need money to get it done. And that's the trick. That's the trick of the trade. I know Big Cat is selling some of his stuff like end of the year. You know, he'll have a signed helmet rummage sale type thing. You know, and if you can collect enough money to be able to buy one of those, you know, I'll yeah, but that's private. That's private, Vietnam. I've never done that publicly, though. I've never done that publicly. I've never opened it up publicly. That's my point. Yeah, I'm not doing super chat. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I had one legit request, and it wasn't by you. In the chat. On a different live stream. I forget who it was, but I don't think it was by you, though. I don't know. It might have been you. I doubt it. It was like 6 months ago, something like that. 8 months ago. I don't remember. It was ages ago though. But yeah, I don't do that here. This is free info, you know, for a reason, you know. I watch everybody else do this, and no disrespect to them, they love earning their money, you know. People love donating to them, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. If y'all like doing that on your own channels, that's cool with me. You do your own thing. I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle, and if it works for you, keep doing it. You know. But we don't do that here. This is a different breed. You know, we have a different way of doing things, with all due respect. And it's been working for us. So, me and David Luck, we're all asking. Oh, okay. So you and David so far are asking. Okay, so that's two. On top of the one that was asking about 6 to 8 months ago. So that's three. Alright. Y'all let me know. Anybody let me know. If y'all want to donate. If y'all want me to set up a donation, let me know. You know, I'm not exactly sure what I would do with that money yet. I'm still figuring that out. But I know that 100% of that money would go right back into the channel. That I can promise you. I'm not taking a nickel of it. If I do this, I'm not taking a nickel of it. I don't need that money. I don't need it. I can pay my own bills. That money is for y'all. It recycles right back into the channel if we do it. But I needed enough people that are interested in doing it, though, for me to set it up. And 3 or 4 people ain't gonna do it. Y'all gotta let me know. If y'all want this bad enough, we'll do it. But I really don't want to mess with people's money, man. I'd prefer not to. I mean, I'm not rich or nothing, but $20 or $50 here and there could buy that new mic. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. I could also offer that money as like a cash prize, you know, and have free entry for the fantasy, as well. That could be a thing too. You know, whatever money we're not gonna use. I could also use that to get myself a ticket to one of these Panthers games, you know, and live stream from the stadium during the games. I could try to do that. I don't know how much respect the NFL would have for that, you know, rules wise, but I could try to do that for you. Like I said, if that would have been my original plan. See, the thing is, with them not allowing videotaping during training camp now, that becomes more restrictive. So I don't know how much of that I can get away with. You know. But that would allow for us to get something, you know, for one of our subscribers like Jeffrey here, you know, that wants the big Carol on a helmet, you know. Or something for Carol, you know, our my other YouTube partner, you know, that helped make this channel possible in the first place. That's really struggling, you know, that needs some help, you know. But she lives in that part of Charlotte though that, you know, there's a lot of thievery going on in that area. And the last time she had some Panthers gear, and I had a buddy send her a Panthers hoodie up there, and that got stolen. So, I mean, people are just mean up there, man. People are just mean. in the underlying areas. So, of Charlotte. I'm not saying everybody's mean up there. I'm just saying some people are. You just got to be careful who you trust up there and what area you're in. But I found myself on those streets at night, at midnight, man, after a Panthers fan fest and after a Panthers game, and it's like a ghost town, and it's spooky as heck. You don't want to get caught up there any further than West Moorhead Street or any of those. You know, you got to be careful up there. I don't think that they care. People post some of the game to Facebook Live, TikTok, and YouTube Live. Oh yeah, they cared when they first instituted it. Oh yeah, they cared. They cared a lot. That was last year. They would not let me post anything. They would not let me get any footage. None. They were being right pricks about it. They would rather take from you than go out and work for their own. Yeah, exactly. Man, I don't want to get into that, man, because that's not what this stream is about, man. I'll cover it real quick, but I'll make it quick. Okay? The media knows exactly what they're doing here. Let's not pretend that they don't. They're screwing over YouTubers, which they previously had no problem with whatsoever. We were all getting the same footage. They just had more expensive cameras, and they had media access, and a media badge. That's it. That's the only difference. And y'all were getting paid. Come on. Since when did it become a problem for us to get the same footage of the same basic drills that everybody uses in their training camps? Everybody uses the same ones. You can't tell me they don't. I've seen footage of the other ones. Don't lie. Don't lie and act like they aren't, because they are. Come on, media. Don't do that. Because you know that's cap. Alright, so that's how you know this is a power grab. Okay? That's how you know. For some reason, they don't like YouTubers stepping in on their footage. What? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. And it's an NFL-wide thing, It's like all the media people got together and they complained to the NFL. Oh, these YouTubers. Oh, these poor YouTubers are taking our footage. Oh, we can't have any of the same footage. Where? You guys are going to get paid for this garbage, man. Come on. We're not even getting paid for this, and we're just trying to get footage for our channels, man. I got people that live in Australia, Japan, China, that can't even come to the U.S. And they want to know what's going on in Spartanburg. Come on, man. Don't do this to these fans, man. Man, I don't... The stadium promised you a Carolina Panther helmet and you never got one. Did you order it? Or did you contact them about it? Directly about that. Because that's something I don't mess with. If the team... I don't speak for the team. Okay? I have no connections to Charlotte whatsoever. The Carolina Panthers organization whatsoever. I wish I did. I'll tell you that. I wish I did. I'd be hooking y'all up left and right if I did. Trust me, I would. There ain't no question about that. Y'all know y'all would be the first ones to benefit from that. because you've been sticking around this long. You get some free stuff, man, for loyalty and love. That's how I do things. I'll probably keep about half of it, to be honest. The other half's yours, man. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain stuff I couldn't give away, that they give me. But certain stuff that if they ask me to, yeah, I give it away. I definitely give it away. If they ask me to, shoot. There'll be other opportunities to get that stuff. But I wish I had those types of connections, man, but I don't. A buddy of yours went live from the game last year in New Orleans. He didn't put the whole game, but some parts of it. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. I never put up the entire training camp on video online. I never did. It was in parts. It was always in parts. Yet everybody else is claiming, oh, well, from the media, they're claiming that people are putting up like the entire training camp or the entire NFL game up. And I'm like, no. No, we're not. No, we're not. Y'all are lying through your thick-skinned teeth. I ain't never seen it happen on YouTube, and I've been checking. I do my research. Thank you very much. If there is somebody out there that does that, send me the link. I want to see this junk for myself. Then I'll believe you. Otherwise, I think you lying through your teeth. And I'm still saying it's a power move. The problem is, they don't have to do it, though. Because they feel like they got all the power. They got all the influence on the NFL because they're media, We ain't got no influence like that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, what can you do? What can you literally do? But just sit there and take it. As is. Now, I found a way around it. I'm still taking notes. I was taking notes before I was shooting video. So, I mean, am I angry at the NFL for doing that? Yes. And the media in particular? Yes. But did I find a way around it and make it work for me? Yes. So, end of the day, that's what that is. So, I told y'all I'd briefly address it, so I did. I'm Vietnam. Appreciate you coming in. I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow. I'm going to be doing one on Saturday. You already know. I'll catch you then, brother. Bottom line is this, man. We found out a lot about this team today. Keep pounding indeed, man. Keep pounding indeed. I'm happy with what I saw today. I think we got a lot of potential coming up. And I'm looking forward to more, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what else we can do. What else do I want to cover? They even got Ian Thomas involved today, which is good. That's it. I'm pretty satisfied with what I saw. We still got a lot of work to do, but when it feels like 2 hours for a 3-hour training session, man, That's how you know you put in the work, man. That's how you know it feels good. You know, and you're not just out there baking out in the hot sun like, oh, when is this ever going to end? When is it? You know, are y'all done yet? Are you done yet? Okay, you got more drills. All right, I'll take notes on those. You know, it didn't feel like one of those types of days for me. And that's a rarity. That's a real rarity, man. That's how you know you're having a good day. Is when they turn it into like a 2 hour training session that feels like an hour. It feels like you're there and then you're gone in the blink of an eye. But you've got so much information you come out with though. And it's like, wow, you know, lots of great positive content, you know. So, I don't really know what else I really want to cover. But yeah, if you're heading out to training camp and you want to meet me, message me. You know, through all of the ways that are possible, through PMs, DMs. If you're on Instagram, DMs. Because I think I did tweet at Bozeman to thank him. At Bradley Bozeman, to thank him for the autograph again. Beyond that, though, you know, I don't really use Twitter that much. So, the other ways are better to contact me. You know, and I'll get back to you. I promise I will. I'm a busy man, but I will get back to you. One other thing I wanted to cover. All right. Let me just play this for the stream here. What's up, Kaysen? How you doing, man? It's been a while. I didn't set up Zoom today, but I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear this because this is important. All right. This is Steve Smith talking about the turf. All right. Let's go.
Turf. Every time I played on turf, I woke up the next day, lower back inflamed, like hurt. It was like I worked for a moving company, moving file cabinets and bunk bed. And the file cabinets have files in them.
Why are so many owners against grass?
When you have grass, you spend so much money on the maintenance.
To me, the cost of maintaining grass has to be cheaper than paying my like $15 million wide receiver to sit on IR all year.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is what I've been preaching all year long, bro. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody in our management or Tepper wants to hear it, though. I don't understand it. Oh my God, I don't understand it. It frustrates me every day. You're going to spend all that time rolling out the grass for the soccer team, for the internationals, and then you're going to pick that grass right back up and put turf back in with the football players. So you're telling me these soccer players are worth more money and more valuable to you than the entire football team that you built this entire stadium for? That you've been renovating it for? Come on, man. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Let me finish this, man. I'm going to replay this because I need Mr. Tepper to hear this. I need Mr. Tepper to hear this. If you ain't going to listen to me, listen to Steve Smith. Listen to the GOAT. Alright? Please. Even Shaq has made an appeal to you. Even Shaq has made an appeal to you. And this man rarely ever asks for anything. I'm so disappointed, man. Let's go.
year.
When we had natural gas in Carolina, I would see it. We play on Sunday, come in on Monday. You see the crates and the pallets of grass that's there to replace the middle every week after a home game. That's the price of doing business, I guess, but it's a huge price, I believe. You play on turf, your back's hurt. Every time I played on turf, I woke up the next day, lower back inflamed, like hurt. It was.
You hear that? Lower back inflammation. The man played hurt. How much of this is it going to take to get through to him? To make him understand? What is it going to take? I don't understand. How are you that stubborn that you're still sticking to this? And these $15 million players are worth less to you than some turf.
It's like I work for a moving company, moving file cabinets and bunk beds. And the file cabinets have files in them.
Why are so many owners against grass?
When you have grass, you spend so much money on the maintenance.
To me, the cost of maintaining grass has to be cheaper than paying my like $15 million wide receiver to sit on IR all year.
Facts. 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 Facts and some more facts. Stop doing our players like that. Stop doing our players like this, man. Oh, man. I needed y'all to hear this. I needed y'all to hear that. Because, come on, man.
When we had natural gas in Carolina, I would see it. We play on Sunday, come in on Monday. You see the crates and the pallets of grass that's there to replace the middle every week after a home game.
Pallets of this stuff. Come on, man.
That's the price of doing business, I guess, but it's a huge price, I believe.
That's a huge price, huh? It's a huge price. Y'all believe that? Y'all believe that maintenance is worth more than $15 million? To have your players sit on the IR all year? I call cap, don't y'all? Come on now. Stop capping on us. That's the only issue I got with Mr. Tepper, man. I love the man otherwise. I think he's a fantastic human being. And, you know, that's the only issue. I just wish he would change that out, man. So if any players would like to advocate for that, please do, man. Please do. But I didn't come in here to spread toxicness, man. I came in here to show love to the team and to let people learn, man, you know, about this team. Because that's what we're all about here, man. And I just want the betterment of this franchise, man. That's what I want. And you're not going to get that when your players are always hurt. Because when your players are always hurt, your star players, people are not going to come. They're not going to pay tickets, sales, which means the vendors don't get money. You know, the merch people don't get money. You know, it hurts everybody. It hurts everybody down the line. You're losing more money than you would have been saving had you just paid for the maintenance of the grass to begin with. I mean, it's just being stubborn at this point. All these owners are being stubborn. And it just frustrates me. I'll never understand this, but it's whatever. I get on that rant every stream pretty much. But, yeah, it is what it is. There's my car streams that I did. I did manage to get my ticket for Back Together Saturday, so I have one available. If somebody wants it, let me know. PM me, DM me, let me know. Especially if you want to hang out with me during training camp. So for the people that got screwed over by the sellout and gave up and thought, well, I'm not going to be able to go now, you know, but you still want to, and you still need one ticket, you know, and you want to hang out with me, I got one available for the 29th. Hit me up, let me know. I'll get back with you. Alright? We'll make it happen. Otherwise, I don't understand this ticketing system, though. I really don't. I think it's garbage. You got long lines of people just waiting in line. You got people that... And that means you miss about 5 to 10 minutes worth of practice of drills. That's an entire drill that you're missing out on. Because you're having to wait in line to get your tickets scanned. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. People are not going to put up with this much longer. NFL, you need to stop overstepping your bounds. Please. I am begging you. Please stop overstepping your bounds. Or you will lose fans. By the thousands. They will stop giving you money. Does that get your attention? Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Does that get your attention? Because that seems to be what all you seem to care about right now. Is the money, money, money. And all you see is a number on your screen right now. We're more than just numbers, guys. Get it through your thick skulls, NFL corporate. We're not just here to be your money bags. Alright? We're people. We're human beings too, just like you. Some of us aren't rich, man. Some of us aren't Bill Gates over here. You know, some of us don't have the availability that you do and flexibility to just plan a random day out, within 3 to 4 days, of a certain event. Some of us have a work schedule, man. Like, don't screw over people that are just trying to pay their bills, bro. It's wrong. Somebody's got to fight for the people, man. Somebody's got to. And if it ends up being me every single time, then so be it. But I need some other people to climb up into the ring too, man. I can't do this by myself. Because nobody's paying attention to me all the time. Most of the time they don't at all. I need some people to climb up into the ring and fight. Put on some boxing gloves with me, man. Because this is... If the media and the NFL want to throw down with a full-out, all-out boxing free-for-all, man. Freaking octagon. With about 15 people in it with boxing gloves. I'm ready to throw down. I'm going to protect my people, man. I'm going to protect my subscribers and my followers. I don't know about y'all. I'm ready to throw down. Y'all ain't about to throw us under the bus like that. Nah, man. Y'all got to stop this. What benefit do you get from partnering with Ticketmaster? What benefit? Literally, what benefit? When some of these franchises are not even making any money for you. When they're selling free tickets. You trying to strong arm some of these franchises into selling tickets for a training camp? That's garbage. If that's what your goal is here. That's garbage. You are garbage for doing that. If that's what your goal is. I personally want to believe that people are better than that. I personally want to believe that. But at some point, you got to question whether they actually are better than that. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you got to question it. I'm not saying you got to go down that road. I'm saying you can question it. Yeah, you making money off these other franchises. That's great. That's good for you. Why are you setting up Ticketmaster for the rest of us though? Why are you putting a limit on how many people you can come to your training camps of any franchise? Of any franchise. If you're trying to make money off of it, okay, fine. I got no problem with that. If you're not trying to make money off of it, you're putting a limit on how many people can show up. That hurts your 1, attendance, 2, your merch people, 3, your vendors, and 4, your support for that franchise from the fans. Oh, plus people are going to be pissed at you. Not like they aren't already. About the NFL. And how corporate NFL does things. I mean, that's 5 things going against you right there. What do you have to gain? Other than the money that you're getting from the few franchises that are actually paying, charging money for these training camps. I don't understand it. Please explain this one to me. Because this baffles my mind. This absolutely baffles my mind. What are you gaining? You stand way more to lose than you have to gain. From a business perspective. You're literally shooting yourselves in the foot. Joke's on you. You're losing more money than you're gaining. Think of it as owning a business, okay? If you sell yourself short, you lose money. Which means you have trouble paying those bills every month trying to keep that store open. What these people don't understand is, okay, these vendors, the places that are hosting these, it costs money to host these vendors. Duh, you didn't think about that one, did you, NFL? No, of course not. You're too busy reading numbers on a page and thinking, oh, how can I maximize my benefits and maximize my portfolio? Man. Meanwhile, the little guy just keeps getting screwed over. But it's whatever. It's whatever. I can understand if you're just trying to make money because you're trying to recover from COVID money. You know, as a organization. You know, I can completely understand that. But y'all making how many millions of dollars a year? Billions of dollars a year? You can't tell me you haven't recovered in 3 years, NFL. Come on now. At some point, you're just trying to make a profit. All the people that think they know about this stuff, you know, that have never been to like concerts or Panther games, y'all don't know about this stuff because you've never been through the process. Oh yeah, they do this all the time. Hidden fees. Out the wazoo. I'm glad they ain't doing it for training camp, but I'm just waiting on when the other shoe is going to drop. I'm hoping it never does. Because at that point, it's only Ticketmaster that's profiting. You know? And that's ridiculous too. What kind of partnership is that? You know? If that should ever happen. Thankfully it hasn't. But, I'm just trying to tell you, man, Ticketmaster will screw you over. Live Nation will screw you over too. I've been to enough concerts and events. I should know. And all I'm saying is, watch out for that stuff, man. They'll rob you blind. Like you want a street corner and they just take your wallet, take all your money, take all your gold and jewelry, and just walk off. You can't do a thing about it. You know? That's what it is. That's what Ticketmaster is. That's what Live Nation is, man. With all due respect, man, I respect what they do, but they got a monopoly, man. For the most part, they got a monopoly. Nobody else is stepping up to do better, you know? SeatGeek maybe, but I would argue maybe SeatGeek and a couple others. But, you know, they're a smaller fish in a bigger pond, you know? And it's hard to imagine a situation where they're not screwing you over. Anyway, we got a big team coming. We got a great team out there, man. I'm looking forward to seeing them tomorrow. I'm going to end this stream here. I want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. Much love to you. Day 2 coming. See you then.
For about $1 a week, you get more than just a tow. Like help with flats, lockouts, dead batteries, and more. Become a AAA.
Stupid ads.
If you actually...
Hey, shout out to shout out to Vietnam, shout out to Lock Poppy, shout out to Jeffrey, shout out to else that's come through here. Much love to y'all. You know how it is. You know how it is up in here, man. You know what time it is. Keep pounding. Stay happy, healthy, and well, folks. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
My future is not